Hello kids. So, last week I didn't post a video, but I have a really good excuse. I was at Harry Potter, so, I mean, enough said, right? Like, I was at Harry Potter. Duh. Anyway, then after that, I had to get this, which is My Chemical Romance's new album. Yeah, so today I kind of just want to talk about their life as a band, I guess, and what I think of them. So, this is their first album. It's called I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love. This is basically the epitome of emo. It's just sort of like, a lot of it is sort of slow, whiny, you know, oh, everyone hates me, vampires, the world sucks, you know, all that stuff. Death, sort of morbid. But it's awesome because it just sucks so much. Well, I mean, I don't want to say it sucks. Parts of it do, because it's just your classic whiny emo band. But I think that's what's awesome about it, is because it's just loud and terrible, and Gerard Way, the singer, his voice just sounds awful and unedited, but it's real, and that's what I like about it. My Chemical Romance was sort of a product of 9/11. So Gerard Way, at the time 9/11 happened, he was like on drugs or something. I think he was like addicted to cocaine or pain pills or something. And he saw 9/11 happen, and it sort of put things in perspective for him. He decided he wanted to sort of change life and stuff. So he wrote the song Skylines and Turnstiles, which is on this album. That's probably one of my favorites. Another good one on this one is Our Lady of Sorrows and Demolition Lovers. So yeah, the album as a whole isn't anything spectacular, but nothing My Chemical Romance does is anything spectacular, because they're basically just an emo band. But I love them anyway. I'm not trying to like diss on My Chemical Romance or anything. I love them, but as far as I think that's sort of, as much as you love a band, sometimes you have to look at them from like a musical perspective, and like, okay, musically, stuff that's really good is complex and not just some chords and some guy singing, you know, stuff that's different, and they definitely did not achieve that with this album, because they're just a little emo band. So my favorites are Demolition Lovers, Early Sunsets Over Monroeville, Head First for Halos, Our Lady of Sorrows, Skylines and Turnstiles. Did I say that one already? Yeah. So that's all I guess for this one. It's awesome. It's just so whiny and awful. It's just, that's what makes it great. Their second album was called Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. So this one, they were still an emo band, but I feel like they sort of had some elements of like metal and punk maybe. It was sort of like harder, faster, more aggressive, definitely more, less messy than the first one, just in terms of vocals. He wasn't just like, Aah! He still had sort of like a loud, not perfect, not precise sound, but it was different. It was slightly more like clean cut than the first one. So on this album there was I'm Not Okay, in parentheses, I promise. That's sort of more, I don't know, I guess, pop. The first song on the album was Helena. It's about Gerard Way's grandma who died. She taught him to draw, and she was like a really big influence on my life, because Gerard Way is also a comic book artist. The music video I absolutely love. Watch it. Put a link in the little thing. Give Him Hell Kid is the second song. I love that one. It's just got this basic I won't sing for you, I'm sorry. And it's just sort of fast and hard, not very melodic, which is good in this sense. You Know What They Do to Guys Like Us in Prison is definitely one of my favorites off of this album. I love this whole album, but this is definitely one of my favorites. It actually has the singer from The Used, Burt McCracken, doing backup vocals in it. It's really cool. Go listen to that one. That's one of my favorites. Thanks for the Venom is really good. It sort of had this metal sound with these fast guitars. I'm sorry, I told you I wouldn't sing anymore. But it's really good. I like It's Not a Fashion Statement, It's a Death Wish, just because it used to be one of my favorite songs. I think I just like the loudness, the screamingness of it, which is sort of what I like about this whole album. It's just sort of more loud and aggressive, which I like. So that was released in 2003, I think, 2004-ish. So the one after that was The Black Parade, which Welcome to the Black Parade is off of. I think this is probably their best album. It was sort of more of a concept album. When they performed this album, it wasn't just like a concert, we're gonna play some songs. It was this big theatrical performance. I never got to see it. I'm really bummed about that. They came here, and I had no idea the magnitude of what these shows were until after, and I watched their live DVD, and it was just so cool, and I'm really pissed that I missed it now. But, oh well. So, it's got sort of this marching band kind of quality to it. I don't know what to say about that exactly. They all had these sort of costumes, like sort of gothic marching band geeks or something, or like it's like a parade, you know, marching band kind of look. But it was like all dark and black, and Gerard Way actually designed all of the costumes, which is pretty cool. The first song is the end, and it's sort of just like an intro. It starts out with this beeping, like the heart monitor things. I knew the name for that once. Those heart monitors that beeps thing, and it starts out just as a simple little acoustic guitar, but it sort of gets more big, and then it just goes right into the first song, which is Dead, which is really fast and loud. I don't know. I really like that one. That's probably the most, like, they never released it as a single, but I think that if they had it, probably would have done well. It's sort of a more, like, poppy sound, I want to say. I don't know. This Is How I Disappear and The Sharpest Lives both had that sort of simple, just not anything big and spectacular kind of sound, just simple, fast. But they're really good. I really like The Sharpest Lives. It's got like this creepy little whispering thing going on in the beginning, which I think is really cool. Because this whole album, I think, is really cool. It's like an emo Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band mixed with David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars, and it's awesome. Welcome to the Black Parade is a song that everybody knows. It's the one when I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. Yeah, everybody knows that one. It played on the radio a ton when it first came out. It's like 5 minutes long, but it's really cool. I like it. And it's got this sort of chime thing going on. At the beginning it has the ding, 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 and it just kind of keeps coming back throughout the song, which I think is kind of cool. House of Wolves is another song on it. I think that one's really cool because it's sort of, it's like a, I don't know, it's just kind of creepy and awesome. The first time I heard this album, I really didn't like it very much. I liked Dead and The Sharpest Lives and This Is How I Disappear because they were more normal sounding, but then as I listened to it more, I realized that it was the weird sounding stuff that was cool about it. Especially the song Mama. I hated that song at first because it was just so creepy, but now I love it. It's one of my favorites because it's just, it is creepy. It's big and dramatic and creepy and weird, and it sounds a lot like Misery by Green Day. Just the guitar, I guess. I know what it is deep in my brain. I can't remember the song right now. Okay, there are two songs on this album that I didn't really like, called Sleep and Disenchanted, because they're just sort of long and they get really boring and repetitive. Yeah, I don't like them that much. Teenagers is really good. You might have heard that one before. I think they released it as a single. I never heard it played on the radio, but it was really good. It's just got sort of this loud, fast, rebellious kind of thing going on. It's awesome. The music video was a lot like Nirvana's for Smells Like Teen Spirit, because they're like these random cheerleaders and they're playing at this random school and there's these gas masks going on. The last song, Famous Last Words, is another one that's really long, but it's also really epic and big, and it's awesome. So yeah, this is definitely the best one, The Black Parade. Yeah, so their new one. It was called Danger Days, The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. Oh, and I got a free poster. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So it sort of had this, they'd been developing sort of a backstory thing for a long time, through their YouTube videos and the music videos. The first single that was released was Na Na Na. I talked about it before once. They did a music video for it, and so basically what I have gathered is that it is set in 2019. So, you know, it's supposed to be futuristic and stuff. That's really not that far away, but I think that's kind of the point, is that it's not very far away, so, you know. There's this company called Better Living Industries that is basically drugging the population into monotony. There's, like, on their YouTube channel, they posted these advertisements for, like, these pills that made all your feelings go away, that Better Living Industries was, like, advertising and stuff. They posted, like, news reports from the government, and so this whole society is clearly very run by the government. Everything's really controlled and stuff. So the band is this group of, like, vigilantes called the Killjoys. So they're trying to spread, like, art and colorfulness and stuff. So they've got these really bright, colorful costumes, and they just drive through the desert taking down these Draculoids, which are like these vampire-like characters, I guess, that are sort of working for the government and forcing everything. So yeah, that's basically what it's about. So the first song is Look Alive Sunshine. It blends into Na Na Na. Na 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 is definitely, it's one of the best songs on the album. I really didn't think a whole lot of this. I felt like on a whole it was really sort of computerized, definitely different from everything they've done before, but not in necessarily a good way. There are all these, it was just really computerized, sort of techno-y, sounded a lot like pop, all the pop rock bands that you hear on the radio. So I was a little disappointed, but there were a couple songs that were really good. So Na 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 was really good. I love that one. Then the last song on the album, Vampire Money. I loved Vampire Money. So it had, the guitars remind me of like Black Flag and the Sex Pistols, and it's sort of got this like punk rock sound, and it's just like loud and fast and everything, and I just love that song. I also really liked Scarecrow. So I liked that one because it has this sort of eerie, whimsical tone to it, and it's like, it says like hide, it's talking about hiding from the scarecrows when the sun goes down or something. And then in their music videos for Sing, they were, okay, let me talk about these videos for a sec. So, in Na Na Na, they're driving through the desert, right, and they're fighting with these, you know, Draculoid guys, and so there's this little girl, she's so freaking adorable through the whole video, and at the end, they're all like laying on the ground like, ah, only they're not dead, and the Draculoid guys have the little girl, and she's like, oh no, and they're like, keep running. So then in the second video, it's totally opposite, because in the first video it's bright, it's in the desert, it's just like nothing, it's like sunny and everything, but in Sing, the second music video, it's sort of dark, they're in this city, they're going to rescue this little girl, so, they're going into this building, and when the sliding doors open, it says Scarecrow Una on it, so I'm guessing that has something to do with the whole government better living industries thing. So they have to rescue the little girl, and then in the end they all die, and some other killjoys come and rescue the little girl, so they better make another music video to explain all of that, if you ask me. So, I really liked Scarecrow just because of the whimsical eeriness of it all. I thought that was really cool. I didn't like how a lot of it sounded techno-y, because I really don't like techno. I don't like stuff that sounds computerized. I don't like synthesizers. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe there are people out there who really love that, and they're gonna love this album because they like techno, they like the computerized sound. I don't know if computerized is the right word for it. It's not as musical. It's clearly made by a machine is what I mean by that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, other than that, I feel like none of these songs are really worth mentioning because they all sort of had the same, they labeled this as punk, which kind of bothered me because this isn't punk to me. Punk is the Ramones, the Sex Pistols, the Misfits, Black Flag, you know, those bands with like just the hard, fast sound with the same sort of structure, I guess. Yeah, and this is not punk. If anything, this is pop or this is techno. Call it alternative if you want, but it's not punk. Just saying. So, as for this album, I wouldn't buy it, or even bother illegally downloading it if I were you. I would get the songs Na Na Na, Vampire Money, and Scarecrow. So other songs that were okay on it were Bulletproof Heart, and Summertime, Party Poison, and Planetary Go were okay. But I was disappointed. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Bye.